Hey everyone, I am back and I am back with another review. This time I'm going to be talking about Alien Romulus. So I hope you stick around. This one is going to be enjoyable. As I said at the start of this video, I'm going to be talking about Alien Romulus. It is starred by Kaylee Spinney, David Johnson, and it is directed by Fede Alvarez. Now, there is also Ridley Scott involved in the movie as well, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's start off with the plot. If you don't know or unfamiliar with the Alien franchise, this movie sits right in between Alien 1 and Alien 2. Alien and Aliens. So now it goes Alien, Alien Romulus, and then Aliens. I want to say, right off the bat, the technology that they use to recreate what it looked like in the first Alien movies, fantastic. Absolutely loved it. I loved the fact that they went back to what it used to look like rather than just using the current technology and then trying to make the story work. So I think using the technology that we had in the 80s and made it very realistic, fantastic. It was like they got the real props and there was not really much CGI. It was just very much like, we're gonna build everything and then like make the models and make it work. It was fantastic. I cannot say enough great work. The set designs were out of this world. Is it irony when I say that? Because it's in outer space. But it's out of this world. That being said, let's get into a little bit of the story without divulging too many spoilers, if at all spoiler free. Alien Romulus is set in between Alien and Aliens. We're coming off the back where a young group of teenagers are stuck on a planet where they're essentially enslaved in a weird way, to put that, to work for the Yutani Weyland Corporation, and there's no real way of getting out. Now, this group of teenagers, young adults, have essentially found a way out by finding a broken spaceship that's sitting right above the planet. So they think they can use the technology that's in there to make their escape and avoid the clutches of peril of being enslaved for the rest of their lives and following their parents that have unfortunately died before them. This leads on to the next stage of events that essentially lead into the best sci-fi horror I have seen in a long time. It ties up everything really well. The story may have been a bit slow to start, but I think that's a lot of sci-fi horror, especially sci-fi in general, because as soon as we get to the ship, the intensity starts to begin. And I gotta say, I was tense throughout almost 3/4 of this movie, from when you find the first facehuggers to the first xenomorph and the evolution of what is to come throughout the whole movie. And as you can tell, I'm really trying not to give too much away because I really want you guys to take this review on board and go watch this movie, because sci-fi horror is back and it is phenomenal. Just like how everyone goes, oh, Marvel's back. Marvel's like, Aliens is back. And I really sort of say that because I wasn't the biggest fan of Alien Covenant, to go inside a little bit. I loved Alien franchise. I loved Prometheus. I loved everything about the franchise so far. But what I really fell off a little bit was Alien Covenant. It left me with a bit more questions than answers, and it didn't really hit me as much as the other Alien movies today. So it was a bit of a struggle, and I'm very sorry that I don't have the right words for that. But Alien Covenant really took me out of the Aliens, and I thought, I think I'm maybe kind of done. But Alien Romulus, took me right back into the sci-fi horror, and it was fantastic story, well written, well directed, well produced. Especially you had Ridley Scott on set and giving Fede Alvarez the thumbs up that this is going to be a big hit. So phenomenal work with the sci-fi horror. So the story ties in really well, and to give a little bit of a tidbit spoiler, it ties up really well with Prometheus, and in that respective, it goes along the lines of without using David and Michael Fassbender, but you've got to watch it to sort of understand it. So if you're a big fan of this franchise, or even if you're not, I do recommend going to watch Prometheus and then the rest of the Alien franchise. Phenomenal work. Any downsides? Not really. As I said, it was maybe a bit of a slow start, and only downside to me personally is how do you go from here? It's very self-contained in the sense that it is in between two movies, so there's not much room to sort of say there's going to be a sequel that follows Alien Romulus. So I guess the next stage would be, is there a movie that could fit in between Aliens 2 and 3 or 3 and 4? Or continuing the franchise from Covenant or / Prometheus. I'd love to see more of that, especially directed by Fede Alvarez. Maybe then another Aliens horror movie, because I still have questions about Prometheus, but that's just me personally. So if I were to give this movie a solid rating, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5. Damn near perfect film. The score was amazing. The sets were fantastic. The real effects that they use for the xenomorph aliens, it was like they made giant props of them rather than using CGI, and they've gone back into that puppetry, realistic. It looked fantastic. So I think people or other production companies should be using these type of movies as the examples of, hey, you don't need so much CGI to make a movie, because it was hands down a fantastic movie, let alone a sci-fi horror movie. So that's my review on Alien Romulus. My recommendation is go check it out, especially go check it in the cinema. There's nothing that beats like a big screen, loud noise, and get you seated in a level of intensity that you can't deal with on a normal basis, because my God, were some of those scenes really intense. So yes, go check out Alien Romulus. It deserves all the love, and I hope these reviews have been hitting you. Do the whole thing, like, share, subscribe, and all that goodness. I just hope you guys are enjoying the reviews, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out.